than 20,000 years, dogs hunted all wild animals and chased them away from us. But then, suddenly, humans had the idea to keep a few goats close at hand. They became herdsmen and used their dogs to protect their animals. Predators that protect their prey. How's that possible? How could the descendants of wolves become guardians of the animals they were supposed to kill and eat? Humans developed a very effective method. A method that is still practiced today on the great steppes of Mongolia. This is the story of a Mongolian Bankar dog. His name is Jiri. Jiri is in charge of a huge flock that he protects from wolf attacks. His strength and loyalty make him an accomplished shepherd. He's already killed more than 10 wolves. His reputation as a protector has traveled beyond the mountains, but that hasn't always been the case. Jiri became a shepherd 10 years ago, and here's how it happened. Jiri was just 2 months old. He'd just been separated from his mother. A traumatic shock, but one desired by his owners. His instincts told him to defend his meal. It was precisely these instincts that his owner wanted to overcome. First lesson, don't bite the hand that feeds. One day, 2 men he didn't know came for him. To take him away, far from everything he knew. Where were his brothers and sisters? He needed affection. And so he replaced the family he lost with those he had around him now. Humans. Now it was time for his most difficult challenge, his natural prey. Lambs. The finest food. But he couldn't touch it. It was absolute torture. Every day for weeks. With the adults, it was a different story. The black ram knew exactly what he was dealing with, a young predator. And he didn't want him in his flock. That black ram would become his worst nightmare. Meanwhile, he would have to get used to smelling like ram's droppings. One of the humans' ideas for getting the flock to accept him. Jiri gradually understood that his family took care of the flock. He copied them. When there was a wolf attack, the humans were unhappy. They didn't like the wolf's scent. Jiri understood that the wolf must be full. On the other hand, when the flock was calm, his family was happy, and he liked that. All Jiri wanted to do was to please his human family and receive their affection in return. By observing people, Jerry learned what he had to do to make them happy. Staying very calm when they're performing a ceremony. Not protesting when they baptize you and put ribbons on you. The people could do what they want as long as he got some affection. Jerry was happy. Jerry is now 6 months old, and a series of tests await him to complete his apprenticeship. His new job? Watching over the flock while the humans are sleeping. And at the first sign of danger, alerting his family. Another of the dog's incredible talents. To communicate with us, they learn to bark, a language the wolves can't speak. Jerry is about to learn the most important part of the job. It's his first migration, towards new pastures, to the salt lakes. No more fences, no more protection, just wide open spaces and hundreds of sheep and goats to protect, including the black ram. He has to keep the flock in a single group. Bring back those that try to escape. Urge on those that don't want to advance. And always, without a moment's pause, always watch over his flock. In exchange for his devotion, Jerry gets his reward. He is loved by the leader of his pack. That's the unwritten contract that binds the shepherd and his dog. Now that Jerry has their trust, he can guide the flock even when the humans aren't there. His hunting instincts have been transformed into an instinct for protection. The flock have accepted him, even that black ram.